Okay, 5.4, this is applications of your 3x3, your equations with 3 variables and 3 equations. So, looking at the first one, it says, excuse me, 3 even numbers add up to 108. The smaller is half the larger, and the middle number is 3/4 of the larger. What are the 3 numbers? So we know that we have 3 variables. So I'm going to say x is the smaller, y is the middle, and z is the larger. So make sure you clearly define your variables. If you're talking about number of ounces, make sure you write number of ounces. If you're talking about pounds of apples, make sure you write it all out. So we're going to set up a system of equations. So I want us to actually read no, hang on. We're not going to read that. We're going to keep going. Okay, so it's to set up a system of equations. So 3 numbers add up to 108. So we know these 3 numbers equal 108. So there's your first one. So the second sentence says the smaller is. So is means equals. So smaller is half the larger. So our larger number is z. And the middle number, okay, the middle number is, so that means y equals 3/4 of the larger. So 3/4, and my larger is also z. So this question is kind of nice because if you look, x is equal to an equation that has a z in it, y is equal to an equation with a z. So what we can do is you can take this 1/2 z, go plug that in for x, take this 3/4 z, go plug that in for y. So half z plus 3/4 z plus 1z equals 108. So I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm going to add a half plus 3/4 plus 1, which I'm assuming you're using your calculators, is 2.25z, which equals 108. Divide by 2.25, divide by 2.25, and we end up getting that z is the number 48. Okay, and 48 is an even number, so we know we're probably on the right track. So when you look at these, notice the directions say elimination, substitution, and matrix method. So I did substitution. You are not specified a certain way, so when we practiced matrices earlier, you may use those matrix operations. So now I need to back substitute. I need to take this 48 and go sub it into these 2 equations. So x is going to equal half of 48, which gives us 24, and that is an even number. And y is going to equal 3/4 times 48, which gives us 36. And that is another even number. So those 3 numbers, and you want to check, do they add to get 108? So moving into word problems, this bulleted list is really helpful because it helps you create your 3 equations. So you're going to have a quantity equation, kind of like the one up above where we had x plus y plus z equals something. You're going to have a total. So where you're going to count it, you're going to add them together, how many tickets you bought, how many pounds of potatoes, carrots, and whatever it may be. So you're going to have a quantity equation. Then you're going to have a value equation. So whether it's the price, the interest rate, the cost, and then usually the third one is, you bought 7 more potatoes than carrots. So it's the relationship resulting in 1 or 2 is more than another. So think through that as you're doing it. You're going to have a quantity, meaning you're going to add the totals up. You're going to have a price value, a percentage, cost, and then you'll have some sort of relationship. So as you work through these, again, don't forget that you need to define your variables. So we read this and it says the city zoo borrowed $2 million at simple annual interest to construct a breeding facility. Some of the money was borrowed at 8%, some at 9%, and some at 12%. So what you see right there, your three different variables are going to be the three different values that you're investing at 8, 9, and 12%. So let's just say that X equals the amount borrowed at 8%. Then Y is going to equal the same thing, the amount borrowed at, but we're going to talk about the 9%. And then Z, I'm going to squish this in here. Z is equal to the amount borrowed at 12%. So don't just write down 12, 8, and 9. You need to specify, what does that 8% represent? Then we have to set up a system of equations. So let me go back and read the rest of the question. The annual interest was $186,000. The amount borrowed at 8% was twice the amount borrowed at the 12%. So there's that third scenario of this quantity, the one is, or the relationship meaning one's more than the other. So we know we're going to have a total amount borrowed is $2 million. So we're going to have an X plus a Y plus a Z is going to equal $2 million. Then we know that we're going to invest so much at 8%. They sure didn't give us much room to write. 09Y, so much at 9%, and then added to so much at 12%. And if you read, it says that our interest for that the annual interest rate is $186,000. So once we figure the interest on the three different investments, that will tell us that at the end of the year we would owe $186,000 in interest. Okay, that third equation, it says the amount borrowed at 8%. Okay, 8% is your X value. So X is twice the amount borrowed at 12%. So 2, the amount borrowed at 12% is the Z. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to show you your matrix methods, because I think most of you are probably going to want to do that one. So we're going to take and we're going to set up that matrix. So the first equation would be 1, 1, 1, and then 2 million. So make sure you write in enough zeros. Then the next one would be 0.08, 0.09, 0.12, and then 186,000. Now, if you look at that equation that we ended with, it's not in standard form. So what I would do is I'd take this equation, subtract the 2Z, and set it equal to 0. So you're going to have a 1x, you have 0 y's, you have negative 2z equal to 0. Okay, so what you're going to do next is you're going to go look at the video. If you don't remember how to enter it in your calculator, you're going to go watch that video on Google Classroom that shows you how to enter these in the calculator. It says watch this video for graphing calculator for matrices. You're going to walk through those steps. So I'm going to assume at this point you're going to hit pause and you're going to go do that. Okay, so assuming that you have got everything typed in, you're going to go through and type it in. If you need help, you need to ask. So after you type it in, remember your matrix should be 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Whoops, I didn't even write a 1. Now remember, your calculator doesn't put that line in there. We discovered that. We worked through that in class today and yesterday. Then the answer's on the right. So we get 1,200,000. Then we get 200,000. And then we get 600,000. If we take and add those three numbers up, that does add to our 2 million. So then you need to summarize your answers. So we're going to we're going to borrow at $1.2 million at 8%. Then we're going to borrow 200,000 at 12%. No, not 12%. The second variable is 9. And then the last one we're going to do is the 600,000 at 12%. Using tables is another way to organize your data. Some of you don't feel you need to do this, and that's absolutely fine. You will come up with your own method to organize the data, but sometimes when it feels like that there are so many variables and just so many unknowns, it might be easier to organize it. So this question, you're going to see there's a lot of stuff going on it. So we have a hospital dietitian wants a patient to have a meal that's 78 grams of protein, 59 grams of carbohydrates, and 75 milligrams of vitamin A. The food service tells the dietitian that the meal for the day is baked halibut, sweet potatoes, and sauteed spinach. Each serving of halibut has 30 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of vitamin A. We go on to read about the sweet potatoes and the spinach. And then the question is, how many servings of each food should the dietitian prepare? So that helps us know what in the world are we trying to find. So we are trying to find how many servings of the halibut, the sweet potatoes, and the spinach that we are going to serve. So there are 3 unknowns. Okay, the 3 unknowns are, let's just say X is number of servings of the halibut. Y, and I'm just going in order the way the paragraph's reading. Y is going to be number of servings of the next thing in the sentence is the sweet potatoes. And then Z is the number of servings of the spinach. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to place, with that, Kay has organized this for us. This is place the categories corresponding to the unknowns along the top. So here's our halibut. And then I'm going to put my sweet potatoes in this column. And then I'm going to put my sweet potato. And then I'm going to put spinach here. And then over here is my total required. So if I read through and I go back and look at it, it says that you have the halibut has 30 grams, halibut, where are we at? Halibut has 30 grams of protein. And it has find my paragraph, 20 grams of carbohydrates, and then 2 milligrams of the vitamin A. Then I go read that sentence that says the sweet potatoes has 3 grams of protein, and then 25 of carbohydrates, and 32 of vitamin A. And then the spinach has 15 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbohydrates, and 20 milligrams of the vitamin A. Then the total required, the dietitian wants 78 total protein. That's in the first sentence. 59 total carbs, and 75 milligrams of the vitamin A. And you might ask, hey, I noticed the measurements of the units of the vitamin A is different. You don't need to worry about that. So setting up the equation, and of course these lines are way too small for me. So I'm going to write 30x, because x is the halibut, and y is my sweet potatoes, and z is my spinach, plus 3z, no, not 3z, 3y plus 15z is equal to 78. We go to our next one, 20, whoops, not 20z, goodness. 20x plus 25y plus 2z equals the total. And then the last equation is 2x plus 32y plus 20z equals 75. So now you can pick whatever method you want to use. I am assuming that you're using the calculators and doing the matrix operations. So I'll help you set up your matrix. $30, $3, $15, $78, $20, $25, $2, and $59, $2, $32, $20, and $75. So we go do our matrix operations, and what we end up getting is 1.5 for the halibut, 1 for the sweet potato, and 2 for spinach. So how you interpret that, you're not just going to write that, you have to write it out. Write out 1.5 servings of halibut, 1 serving of the sweet potatoes, and 2 servings of the spinach.